Kids Dance Tutorials channel. Today I'll be teaching the choreography to Grrr, Law of Total Madness by Stray Kids, and we'll be covering the pre-chorus, chorus, and then a little bit of post-chorus as well. And for reference, we'll be using the official dance practice video. And just remember, the overall tone of Grrr is very aggressive, so their choreo here is very aggressive and sharp. Alright, so let's get started. We're going to start at the pre-chorus before Chan starts singing his solo. And so Chan is singing in the second pre-chorus, Sungmin is singing in the first pre-chorus. We're going to be starting from the second pre-chorus today because we're going a little bit into the post-chorus as a bonus. And for this section, we're going to be using Sungmin as a reference. And so for this first part of the pre-chorus, the feet are going to be doing little kicks and then steps. So look like 8 and 1 and 2 and 3. And so on 8 and, you're going to kick out with your right foot a little bit with your toes pointed up. And then when you step back down on 1, your hands are going to slide down your sides like this. So it's like 8 and 1, and then you lean a little bit to the right as well. So on 1 and, you're going to kick out with your left foot. And then on 2, when it lands, your hands will go to your chest, splayed out like this. And then on 2 and, kick out with your right foot again. And then on 3, you land, and your hands will go out to the sides with your palms facing the front. On 3 and, you'll kick out. And then on 4, you'll step, and your hands will go behind your head. And then on 4 and, your right foot will kind of kick back, so you're getting ready to step backwards. And then on 5, you step back with your right foot. Your hands will circle over your head in fists, and then come down here. 5 and, they'll continue rotating, and then hit down to the sides with your palms facing the ground. And they'll hit down on 6, and then also on 6, you'll kind of bend down a little bit as well. And when they do this arm circle as well, it'll be a fast and then a slow hit. So 5 and 6. So for those first few counts, it's going to look like 8 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6. So on 6 and, they're going to raise the right foot to the right, like this. And then the next parts for the feet, it's going to be kind of like a shuffling thing. So the 6 and 7 and 8. So when your right foot steps down, your left heel goes towards the right. And then you bring it up, and your left heel goes towards the left. So your feet should kind of always be facing the same direction. And when you're stepping down with your right, you want to keep all of your weight still on your left foot, so that's easier for you to do the shuffling part. And so 6 and is where the hands come up towards the chest, facing the front. And so your hands will kind of come up towards your chest with your left is in front of your right. And on 7, your hands will kind of do like a little circle towards you. And when you do the circle, your hands close into fists as well. And then on 8, your hands will kind of shoot out towards the front with your palms facing the floor. And when you do this, you want to have a sort of low angle as well. On 8 and, your hands will be in fists and then back towards your armpits. So for those few counts, it's going to look like we're here on 6. So it's 6 and 7 and 8 and like that. Then moving on, so your right foot will step down on 7, 8. On 8 and, you'll kind of shift your weight onto your left foot a bit and do a little bit of a hop, and then raise your right foot more towards the back, because this is where they're getting ready for the leg sweep. So for the next part with the legs, since we're following Sungmin, he does go onto the ground. But if you don't want to go on the ground, if you're not wearing long pants, or if you're on a hard surface, then you can do what Chan does instead, and where he just kind of sweeps his right foot like this so that it comes in front of his left foot. So half the members go down like Sungmin, and the other half stays standing up like Chan does. But for now, I'll be showing Sungmin's part on the ground just because it looks more fancy. So we're here on 8 and with our right foot up, and our arms are in fists by our armpits. And then on 1, this is where Sungmin is going to go onto the ground. So your hands will make a circle towards the front, and as they do that, your left hand stays in a fist, but your right hand becomes a pointer finger. So it's going to be like circle, and then it's going to end up with your right forearm is on top of your left forearm, and it's slanted, so your right hand is pretty high and pointing up. And while you do this arm sweep, For the legs, the right foot will kind of sweep out like this, and you'll lower down onto your left foot. And so it'll kind of like this, you'll keep going, and then you land on your knees. And so that move, we're here on 8 and, so it's 8 and 1, 2. And so you land by count 2. So we're here and we landed on 2, and then we're gonna do some finger wags with the right hand. And the rhythm of the finger wags is 3 and a 4, but it matches with the lyrics, so it'll go yon antway. So you'll hear it in the music. So after we wag our right hand, then Sungmin is gonna step and turn around and get back up. And to do this, he'll kind of plant his right foot down and then turn around to the left. And as you turn around, you also want to throw your right arm to the left to kind of help that. So we're here, ryon, and then throw and turn around. And when you land to the front, your left hand should be on your belt. And you land here by count 6. And then moving on count 7, they'll just do a formation change. And so what Sungmin does, he just, with his left hand, he'll kind of dive down. And as he dives down, he'll step on 7, then step on 8 and turn to the back. And then by 1, you should be facing back completely. So just quickly reviewing that first half, we're gonna kick and step down, kick, hands on chest, kick, hands out, kick, hands behind your head, and then prep, and we step down, and then our hands with both fists, make a circle, hit it down, and bend down as well. Then our hands go to our chest, and we'll circle and step, and then step and sweep out. Then our hands are our armpits, and we'll sweep and go down like this, wag, and then get up, and turn around, jump, and then just take 2 steps and turn towards the back. So now we're here facing the back. So when they're facing the back as well, this is where Woojin starts singing his solo. And when they're facing the back, they also have their arms sort of around their thighs or waist. And on 1 and 2, they'll make 2 sharp moves to go downwards. So you want to just move downwards in sharp movements. So it'll be 1 and 2. And then on 3, they're going to step out to the sides. Since we're following Sungmin, he's going to step with his left foot and go towards here and drag his right foot in. Then on 4, they'll throw their arms towards the middle. So for Sungmin, that's towards the right side of his body. So we'll throw our hands on 4 towards the middle, and on 4 and cross them on our chest, still facing the middle, which for Sungmin is the right side. Then on 5 and, you'll nod down and up. So it's 5 and. And so if you're listening to the lyrics, you'll nod upwards on me. So it's, I want you to understand me. And then on 6, you just stay there. On 6 and, you'll get ready to turn towards the left side. So you can just kind of prep to move your body more towards the left side. And then on 7, your hands will unfold like this, like a flower, and then end up behind your head. And you can also do a little bit of a jump as well, so your left knee is bent and facing towards the left side. On 7 and, they're going to crouch down like this, and your elbows will come in. And then on 8, they'll throw their arms behind them. So you just throw, and then you just kind of let it swing naturally to come back here. And if you listen to the lyrics, this is where Woojin will say, "Sang" is where you throw your hands backward. So just repeating those 8 counts, we went 1 and 2, 3, 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. And then the next part is going to be a wave where they're turning around to the front. So for Sungmin, he's going to stay here on count 1. Then on count 1 and, he's going to turn towards the right and jump so he's facing the front of him. So it's 1 and 2. So he'll land on 2. And when you land, your hands will be behind your head again. And your left knee is bent, so you're kind of lunging towards the left. So we're here on 2. And then they'll have some fast movements where your left knee will go in, out, in. And when you do that, your head will look to the left, right, and then left. So the count for that is 2 and 3. So on 3, your head should be looking towards the left, and your left knee should be pointing towards the front. So we're here on 3, and your head will turn to look at the front again, and you'll kind of go on to your left foot. You raise your right foot up really high, and you'll throw your arms to the right, so they're straight like this. Then on 5, you can just slowly put your foot down, and then on 6, they'll just take a step to change formations again, so you can just take a step forward or back, just to reposition yourself. So this part with the head turning is pretty fast, but just know that this is where Woojin sings Wola, and then on La is where you would throw your hands to the right. So let's review that part where Woojin is starting to solo. So we're here, jump, and then go 1 and 2, go downwards, then step to the side, throw your hands, cross your hands, look down, look up, then start to turn and land with your hands behind your head, then crouch down, throw your hands behind, you let them swing, then you'll jump to the front, and then turn and turn, then turn your head and throw your hands, land, and then we'll just take some steps to get ready for the chorus. So now let's run over the entire pre-chorus with counts. So it'll be 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, 6, and 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, and 2, 3, 4, and 5, and 6, and 7, and 8, 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So now we'll do the pre-chorus with music with 80, 90, and then 100% speed. 7, 8, and 1, 2, 4, and 5, and 6, and 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and 6, and 7, and 8, 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 5, and 6, and 7, 8, and 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, and 2, 3, 4, and 5, and 6, and 7, and 8, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, 5, 6,
6, 7, 8, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, and 2, 3, 4, and 5, and 6, and 7, 8, 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, 5, 6.
Okay, so now we're going to move on to the chorus, and this is where Ayan starts singing. And for this part of the chorus, we're going to be following Hyunjin. And so we were walking on 6, and then on 7, your feet will be sort of shoulder width apart, and your arms will rotate in to make an X in front of your chest, with your right hand is in front of your left hand, and your palms are facing towards you. This is 7. Then on 7 and, your arms rotate out, so they hit out to the sides, and your palms are facing forward. And when you do that, your head looks towards the left as well. So it's 7 and, then on 8, your head will look towards the front again, and your hands will rotate inwards, and then come up in front of your mouth area, and your right hand's in front of your left hand. The palms are facing the front. So this is on 8, and then on 1, they're going to do the arm circles. So your hands will just kind of make 2 quick circles away from your body, and as you do that, they'll also change their formations. For Hyunjin, he's going to step towards the back with his right foot. When Hyunjin does the arm circles, he also does some weird head nodding things, but it looks a little bit strange, so we're just going to ignore that. So this is 1 and then on 2, you'll go down to the floor. So your hands will hit the floor, and your right foot is already in the back, so you just kind of crouch down, and your left knee is up. So we're going 1 and 2, and then on 3 and 4, we're going to run forwards. And so you'll step on 3, your right foot, on 3 and your left foot, and then on 4, your right foot will step again to the front, but it'll be sort of like you're halting yourself. And the arms for that, you just kind of do a natural running pose, so just kind of left, right arm, and then when you step with your right foot again on 4, your arms will kind of come up to the sides and your elbows will be in at your chest. And when you're on the ground here, when you start running forward, that's when Changbin is singing. So we're here on 7 and 8, 1 and 2, 3 and 4. So on 4, you'll step with your right foot towards the front. 4 and you bring it back, and you'll kind of shift your weight so that your left foot is ready to step out. This is 4 and then on 5, your left foot will step to the left, and your right arm will kind of make like a zombie arm towards the left side. Then on 5 and, your right foot will step out to the right so that your feet are on the same plane, and your left hand is on the bottom reaching towards the right. And when you step out as well, you want to kind of have a wide stance with your knees sort of bent, because on 6, your arms will rotate in a circle, and as you do that, your body will go up so your knees are straight again. So we're here on 6, we've rotated so our left arm's on top, and then this part matches with the lyrics where it's kind of a syncopated rhythm. So you're just kind of going to make more arm circles, and the lyrics go, you're here on chi, jo, and the counts for that are 5 and 6 and up, 7. And while we're here on 7, this is where Sungmin starts to sing. So we're up here on 7, just kind of pause for a bit. Then on 8, your feet will jump in towards the middle, and as you do that, your hands go behind your head, and you'll look up. Then on 8 and, your feet will jump out again, and your arms will go back to the lower sides with your palms facing forward. And then again, just like before, your head will be looking down to the lower left. So then on 1, you'll do the same arm rotation as before, so it'll come up and here in front of your mouth. Then on 2, still following Hyunjin, they'll do another formation change. And so what Hyunjin does is he'll step a little bit onto his left foot and bring his right foot in so that it's pointing to the right and it's in front of his body. And as you bring in your right foot, your hands will make a little circle to the left, and then they'll end flat facing the ground, with your left elbow is pointing towards the front. And your elbows here are kind of level as well. So we're here on 8 and 1, 2. So quick motion on 2, and then you hold here on 3. And so on 4, this is where Changbin says, ah, of dra. And so when he says ah, you'll drop down. So your legs will kind of jump out so that you're facing the right side a little bit, and you're kind of down, but you're not bending forward. You want to keep your back still straight. And as you drop down, your hands will do a quick circle around, and then they'll land with your left hand is in a fist, kind of guarding yourself towards the front, and your right fist is on your chest. And then finally, when you're doing the drop down, you also look up and then drop down forward. And this drop down is also very fast too. So we're here on 2, and then 3, and 4. So we're here on 4, then on 5 and 6, you're gonna hit your chest 3 times, and this is where Han sings da hey da. So, and as you hit your chest, you also kind of pulse towards the front a little bit with your knees bent. So it looks like 5 and 6. Then on 6 and, your feet are going to jump towards the front in a wide stance, and your right hand is out, extended to the right. And then your left fist is going to be kind of pulled back, so you're kind of winding up. And then on 7, your left fist is going to do a quick punch towards the middle, it'll go back. Then on 7 and, your left elbow will move in, and your right hand will kind of clasp it. And so your left fist can do like a zigzag in and then towards the middle. Then on 8, they'll raise the right hand to the right and look at it like a mirror, and the left hand will just kind of be down by their side. So from this part on, we're going to be following Felix. Then on 1, they'll move the right hand to the right and step towards the left, dragging the right foot in. And then as they do that, they'll also look towards the front. Then on 2, they'll bring their arms in towards like an X, with their hands are kind of in loose fists, and they'll also jump up with their feet together, so kind of like a pencil jump. And when they land on 3, they'll be taking some steps and also move. This is where they swivel their head. And so you land, your head goes to the left on 3, 3 and goes to the right, 4 goes to the left again, then 4 and goes to the right. And if it's hard for you to isolate your head, you can also hunch your shoulders a little bit, so it's easier for you to move. So from here, it's 1, 2, 3, and 4 and. And as you do that, after you land, you can also take some small steps. They change their formation, so the foot that they're stepping with is different, so you can just do whatever feels natural to you. But focus on the head moving for this part. And so we're here, and we go 3 and 4, and then on 5, your arms will uncross and punch down to the side. And as you do that, you'll also jump out with your feet wide. Then on 6, you're going to do another syncopated zombie hand part. So on 6, your right hand will go out to the left, and then on the next beat, your left hand will go out to the right, and you step with your right foot. And this matches with the lyrics, so it should be go chill, go chill. And at this part, some of the members go down onto their knees for this part, but some of them, like Felix, they just stay standing up. And then after this, your feet will jump in together on 7 and then on 8, your hands will kind of flip up with your elbows bent to make a goalpost. And then on 8 and, your hands will go down to your sides. Then on 1, your head's going to look to the right, and your arms will come up to be another slope again, with your right hand is on top of your left hand. And then it's slanted so that your left elbow is lower than your right elbow, and your left elbow is pointing towards the front. So we're here on 1, then on 2, they'll do a fast motion where they'll kind of turn towards the left side now. And as you turn, your left elbow will go up and then it'll go down. So it's kind of like a seesaw as you turn towards the left side. So they'll hit here on 2, and this is also where Changbin says A. And then we'll wait here on 3, and this is where Changbin does his da thing again. So just like before, we're going to wait here on 3, then on 4, they'll drop down. So now we're facing the left side, we'll drop down so our knees are bent and we're kind of facing the left. And the arms, as they drop down, you're kind of like unfold like a flower, and then when you drop down, your left fist is out and your right fist is on your chest. And then this time their head is also kind of tucked in and they're looking at the ground. So we're here on 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then on 5 and 6, where they say hey, your legs will jump together again and you're facing left diagonal. Your left hand is sort of pointed up and towards the left. Then your head will be looking down at the right, and you'll only do 2 hits on your chest. So on 5 and, they'll do those 2 hits. And then on 6, they'll look forward and sort of do like a chest pop upwards. So we're here on 4 after Changbin does that, then 5 and 6. Then on 7, 8, they'll just take 2 steps to change their formation again. And then really quickly, just as a bonus, we're going to go a little bit into the post-chorus where Felix has his solo, just because the choreo isn't that hard and it's also a pretty fun part of the song. And so this is when Felix says, re-roll it, re-roll it. So you're going to be taking 3 steps. You'll do right, left, right. And when you step, your other foot will kind of just go back. So it's kind of like you're jumping a little bit. Then your body is going to be leaning forward a little bit hunched over. And your right arm is going to be swinging with bent elbow on 1, and then 2 comes in, and on 3 it goes out again. And your left hand is on your waist. So it's 1, 2, 3. Then on 4, your left foot will step down and you'll be straight up. On 4, also your right hand will go onto your waist area. Then on 4 and your body will lower down. So those 4 counts looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, and. Then on 5, 6, 7, 8, this is where we're going to do the shoulder rolls. So the legs for this, 5 will step out to the right, 6 back to the middle. On 7, you'll step out to the left, and 8 back to the middle. And as you do these steps, you're going to kind of do shoulder rolls or chest rolls. They kind of do chest rolls to the left, but it might be easier to just think of it as you're rolling with your right shoulder towards the back. So look like 5, 6, 7, 8. And they also make this part very bouncy as well. And then just a few more counts. After 8, then they'll do another formation change. For now, we'll just go backwards. So for the legs for this part, it's pretty easy. So you'll step back and bend down, step up, step back and down, and bend up as well. And then as you're stepping back, your hands will be doing circles towards the front. So you'll do circle, and then when your legs step together, you'll throw them above your head and kind of make an X. Then make more circles, and then throw. And you probably only have time to make 2 circles and then throw, 2 circles and then throw. So now let's review the whole chorus just walking through it. So you're walking and make an X, look to the left, and then bring it up to your mouth. Then you make circles on the floor, and you run, and then go back, and your right hand, left hand, then circle and circle. Then your arms are behind your head, then you jump out again. Then you'll do the same, arms towards your mouth. Then make a circle and bring your right foot in. And then do a quick circle and jump out. Then you'll hit your chest 3 times. Then jump and punch. Then you'll bring your right hand up like a mirror and then throw it. Then you make an X to jump, and then when you land, you do 4 steps, move your head, and you push down, then it's right hand, now left hand replaces it, then you'll jump in, make a goalpost, hands by your side, and then you look to the right with your arms centered, then switch sides, then do jump down again, and then you'll jump up, hit your chest, you'll kind of pop upwards, then take 2 steps, and then for this part, we're going to go right, left, right, up, down, roll, 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 then 2 circles and throw, 2 circles and throw, and then that will be the end of the choreo that this tutorial is going to cover. So let's do all of that with counts now. From the chorus, 5, 6, 7, and 8, 1, and 2, 3, 4, and 5, and 6, and 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, and 6, and 7, and 8, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 5, 6, and 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, and 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's it. So now let's do the chorus from 80% speed, 90% speed, and 100% speed, and then we'll review the whole thing. 5, 6, 7, and 8, 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, and 6, and 7, and 8, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 5, 6, and 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, and 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, 1, 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah.
5, 6, 7, and 8. 1 and 2, 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 and 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 and 1, 2, 3 and 4, 5 and 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay, so now let's go over the whole thing, the pre-chorus and the chorus with counts. 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, and 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6, and 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, and 2, 3, 4, and 5, and 6, and 7, and 8. 1 and 2, and the 3, and 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. 1, 2, 5, and 6, and 8, and 1, 2, 3, and 5, and 6, and 7, and 8. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, and 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, and 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, so now let's do the pre-chorus and the chorus with music from 80 to 90 to 100% speed.
5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, and 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1 and 2, 3, 4, and 5, and 6, and 7, and 8, 1 and 2, and a 3, and 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, and 1 and 2, 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, and a 7, and 8, and 1 and 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, and a 7, and 8, and 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, and 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, 6, and 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, and 2, 3, 4, and 5, and 6, 7, and 8, 1, 2, and a 3, and 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 6, and a 7, and 8, and 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, and 6, and 7, and 8, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, and a 7, and 8, and 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, and 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, and 2, 3, 4, and 5, and 6, and 7, 8, 1, and 2, and a 3, and 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, 1, and 2, 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, and a 7, and 8, and 1, and 2, 3, and 4, 5, and 6, and 7, and 8, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, and a 7, and 8, and 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, and 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4.
나의 안돼 말도 해도 이러면 안 된단 걸 알아도 모두 반대가 돼 I want you to understand me 무슨 일이 생길지 몰라 오늘도 나를 찢어 말 붙이지 마 누굴 봐도 찢어 뭘 누가 찢어 말 붙이지 마 답답해 답답해 마주치지 마 물고 나면 찢어 씹어봐야 찢어 마주치지 마 답답해 We rolling 숨이 턱까지 차오를 때까지 We rolling